Alright, guys, I want to welcome everybody to the podcast. It's going to be our first one official. Going to be talking about a lot of gaming news and stuff like that. Just our ideas and stuff on, the current situation of gaming. And, just share our experiences and how we feel about it. I'm going to be doing this podcast with Foxful here. He's a
Yo.
lifelong best friend. He's been here through a lot of the gaming experiences,
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
it's just
We're
something
gonna
I've been
talk. We're
wanting to
gonna
do
share
for a
our
little bit.
experiences about just gaming and not even just about gaming. Like we're gonna talk about more than gaming. But for today, we kind of just wanted to keep it simple and talk about. I gotta grab my fucking controller. But we kind of wanted to keep it. We kind of wanted to keep it simple. And I realized my stream title's fucking Sniper Ghost Warrior. We wanted to keep it. We wanted to. We wanted to keep it simple and just talk about just how we feel about gaming nowadays. Um, and in all honesty, I kind of hate modern gaming. Like what we're playing right now, 2019, I know is technically considered modern, but the difference between this and like other games is just, I don't know. There's slightly more charm in this game than a lot of games nowadays. It's kind of just hard to pick up a game now like you used to back in the day and be able to just kind of have fun with it and just it's it's tough. Cause what gaming used to be about was like you would come home from fucking school, right? And you would be so psyched to hop on and play with your friends, and you would rage, but not in like it wasn't really a sense of like getting angry. Like it was fun to rage back then. Like yeah, you got angry, but like it was fun to play those games and get mad. Now when you get mad at games, it's just like you want to fucking break your entire goddamn setup.
Yeah, it was like there's a reason why you're getting angry. Back then, it was a simple, oh, this kid was better than me, and it was just a lack of skill. But you're not beating yourself up over it because you always had room to improve.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
overall, like I enjoy some of the new games, but the gaming as a whole is just honestly it's getting terrible because they're too focused on money instead of the actual content in the game. I shouldn't have to spend 70 to 80 bucks every single year on a new Call of Duty just to
For
get
DLC.
yeah, just literally just the DLC. Like the new Modern Warfare, it's nothing but a DLC at this point. All the stuff that they could have fixed in the beginning, they didn't. They waited. They released a new game and was like, "Yeah, we
I,
listened to what y'all had to say," and they just went from there. But they have an opportunity to really turn things around, and they need to. They need to stop putting all these.
Microtransactions and
Yeah,
kind of focus on what the community wants. I feel like that's not really what we're getting enough of. Like they say they care about the community, but I really do feel like we're not getting enough attention. Like they post about like, they boast and post on Twitter about like how, oh yeah, we fucking care about our community and we're gonna do this. I actually, you know what? I can use my side of this to my advantage because I kind of want to pull up a fucking tweet that I tweeted at Division 2 the other day because I fucking like this kind of brings it back to the modern gaming thing, and it's not even just that guy got shit on. It's not even just microtransaction. It's everything. It's coding. It's uh like the content that
no,
gets added.
yeah,
It's
nothing.
literally
None of
everything.
the efforts being put into the game. It's just they slap basic things on it, call it a game, and then call it a day, and that's it.
Yep. And then here we are, the community still begging for more and not getting more. Like, honestly, we have to fucking beg now just for good PC ports. And Division 2, the reason why I brought that up, is because that game has literally one of the worst fucking PC ports I have ever seen in my entire life. The fact that you have to, like, run a god tier CPU just to play the fucking game. People that are watching the podcast are going to be like, oh, well, why don't you just get a better fucking computer? Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't need to buy a fucking Ryzen 7 or a Ryzen 9 or an i9, i7, whatever the fuck, 13th gen, whatever the fuck. Doesn't fucking matter. The point is, the game is super CPU intensive. And it's fucking disgusting. And they constantly do maintenance on the game. Like, don't get me wrong, the game runs smooth. But, like, they constantly do maintenance on the game, and I'll pull up my tweet after. But the maintenance that they do is just content related and just quote-unquote bug fixes. And they really don't fix too much. Matter of fact, things just end up getting more fucked up, to be honest. And they don't really fix the PC issues either. They just, I don't know. I'll pull up that tweet after, but like Division 2, it's not even just, again, it's not just fucking like people, like, God, I'm stumbling upon my word. It's not just microtransactions and like bundles and shit. That's not the only thing we're complaining about. It's literally fucking everything. Like this fucking dude that's literally sitting here with an MP5 in a fucking corner on hardpoint like he's a god.
It's always something simple like that could easily be fixed. Like, they've talked about all these different fixes they could do for games, and you know how they're gonna fix people camping and stuff like that, but like nothing ever happens. And then even at the same time, it's like back to what he was saying about computer ports. We're in an era where technology is so advanced that they still can't do the simplest of things. And I don't think it's because they can't, but it's because they don't want to. You know, it's too much for them, and it shouldn't have to be like that.
Hey, listen. You know what we need? I'm gonna say it on our podcast because we've already talked about it several times. I'm gonna fucking say it. We need Gears 3 Remastered done right. But it won't happen. It won't happen because you know we got a lovely studio called the Coalition that's in charge of Gears. Me and Josh have been I would say Gears of War is kind of what got us into gaming heavily, and especially being like competitive. Like, don't get me wrong, I was always a gamer. Like on, you know, I started out on like the SNES, and then I went to, you know, GameCube, Wii, PS2, Xbox, you know. But like,
pretty much, you know, you started out with the basic things like you know, SNES.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, Gears of War. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I started out with all of that, and then when I got to Gears of War, I was actually introduced by my uncle at a very young age, you know. Most kids end up getting fucking introduced to fucking rated M games when they're like children anyways. It's even earlier now, unfortunately. Because that'll be we'll talk about that on another podcast. We'll talk about that's a topic for another day. Yeah, no, Gears is what got us to be competitive in the first place, and then, you know, it eventually transitioned over to Call of Duty and Gears, and now it's just Call of Duty because we fucking hate Gears. Can't even play Gears anymore.
Nope, because the entire, I guess you would say, franchise is dead at the moment. You know, they're not doing any current, you know, patches or anything for Gears 5. It's dead in the water. You know, they're not even really confirming anything, and it's just like
Hey, you remember that Tour of Duty system that that we really heavily promoted, that you would get free rewards for, like, and you would have plenty of time to get them? I just shot a teammate. Yeah,
Yep, I remember that.
we're just gonna completely just throw that shit away and only make Tour of Duty rewards fucking Gears coins.
Yep, and it
That's it.
ruined a lot. It ruined so much.
It ruined the feel of progression, which the game didn't really have in the first place, to be honest with you. I will say, during Operation 1, it was fun to grind for that Winter Armor cape. But then when they, when they kept doing the same fucking challenges, it's like, why the fuck would I want to keep doing the same things just to get a different reward? It's literally just the same thing, like,
over and over and over again.
yeah, that's all it was. And then you got, I mean, don't get me wrong, the rewards were cool, but it's like, why the fuck would I do the same thing? I want to be different. Like, I want to explore different ways to play Gears. I want to, feel reward, like, I do like modern gaming in that aspect, to where there has, well, not really in the last 5 years, but modern gaming started to lean towards rewarding more players. Like, this game is a perfect example of that. Like, you can earn guns. You can do challenges. You can do challenges and you can earn guns. Like, fucking Gears wasn't like that. Gears didn't have, like, anything really special. All you fucking earned was, like...
It was just pure cosmetics. That's all it was. It was nothing but cosmetics. And that's the thing, especially back in the older Gears, back in Gears 2.
Oh my god!
Gears 2 was heavily, based on the level. If you hit level 100, you would get a golden lance or a golden hammer burst. And that gave you something to grind for. And, now it's just, you play a couple matches, you hit a level up, you get coins, and then your coins can go toward literally anything. Instead of it being like, you hit a certain level, and you unlock that reward because of that level that you hit. But you can't do that anymore. Everything's microtransactions or, some form of currency to buy that.
Don't even get me started about the iron thing. That shit was fucking useless. Literally, the only thing iron was used for was for content creators. Literally, that's all it would be. It would be like a speedrunner's fucking content. I don't really know how to explain it. It would be a content creator's speedrunning dream to be able to complete all of those fucking challenges, those daily challenges, and get the bonus stars, because the boost from iron and all of that shit gave you more stars for completing challenges. And it's just
more stars, more opportunities. It's just like
it's
nobody really had the time. Nobody really had the time to really drop $10, $15 every single week just to get extra stuff. And then all that stuff that you grinded for and stuff, even on that, some of it got released at a later time, for purchase. So
fucking esports skins, they didn't even, we were hyped about like the black steels, and they didn't even bring back all the black steels.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. That was so disappointing.
I was so excited, dude. I was like, holy shit, that means Griffin's coming back in the game. Honestly, Gears 5 would have been just, I would say, 15% better if Griffin existed in it.
But I mean,
would play it just a little more.
It was just something like about the game.
A lot.
The game itself just felt like such a massive letdown. It was like they did so good in Gears 4. Like, I'm not saying Gears 4 is any better, but like they had it down. The competitive was nice. It was something to watch. I had fun. It was just,
what
I don't know.
Fuck?
Nah, I left that game. It was.
Did you have the lag too?
Yeah, it was extremely laggy.
I couldn't even focus on what you were saying because I kept fucking teleporting. It was actually making me nauseous.
But yeah, other than that, it's just they could have improved upon what they already had in Gears 4. You know, obviously the competitive scene was a huge hit because it was, you know,
Gears 4 could have been so much better, dude. It like they could have done so much like off of, you know, what UE did. And UE, yes, it was kind of a pointless game. And technically is a bad game and really shouldn't exist, to be honest. But it was fun. And to be honest, the campaign really was a good remake. Like, I know we haven't really talked about campaign that much in today's podcast, but fucking Gears campaign had one of the most probably I'm gonna say it right now, the most iconic story in any video game series and in really most movie or TV shows. That show is not show. I'm fucking ADHD. That game, it's so much more than anyone could ever think it is. Like, people could just, like, even people that don't play video games, they could look at it and be like, oh, that's stupid, but be like, give it a fucking shot. Like, yeah, it looks stupid on paper, but when you actually pay attention to story and whatnot, like, I've always fucking loved, like, military-based storylines. They form some of the greatest fucking, like, bonds and friendships and jokes and just all-round, like, who the fuck?
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. You know, it was something nice to play. You know, a lot of friendship got formed on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, even me, like, I remember playing in the old days. Like, they had this one series called, you know, the Army of Two. Army of Two was wonderful. You know, because it was you and your best friend, or you and a random just fighting each other back to back. You know, to the end of the game, and it really brought a lot of insight into gaming. But now that they're kind of steering away from campaign-based stuff, and you know, they're more focused on
Modern Warfare 3's campaign.
Yeah, literally, like it was such a disappointment.
Dude, Makarov's voice, the fucking fact that, dude, Makarov's voice is the main thing. I don't even give a shit that it's, well, I do, but I'm more disappointed in Makarov's voice than the fact that you're literally playing Warzone in campaign.
Exactly, like there's too much free roaming. Like, you know, the campaign is supposed to be a linear objective. You go straight toward it, you do it, and that's, you know, that's really all it needs. You don't need all this free roam, walking around, you know, running around the entire map, because at that point you might as well just remove the campaign. It's not a campaign anymore.
Do what Black Ops 4 did. But that game was shit too. I don't give a shit what anybody says. The game was terrible.
It was, see, that, and that was another thing. You know, even Black Ops, like the Black Ops series, Black Ops 1 and 2 was something that was almost near perfect.
Oh, they're all camping with fucking claymores.
And it's just there's too much stuff to really think about in this day and age. But you know, with how things are, you know, the community of gaming really needs to kind of like step up and think about what they're doing.
We need to be louder, because I don't think we're loud enough. It's like, I don't know, man.
I mean, I feel like we've voiced our opinions as much as possible, but it's just like there's not enough people doing it. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to be louder. Like, there's not enough.
It's, I don't know. I don't know what else could be done in the community other than like you're saying, be louder to voice these opinions. But I mean, there's only so much we can do. It's pretty much just a waiting game at this point. I mean, eventually these companies are going to start struggling to keep player bases and stuff like that.
Well,
But
it's just, I don't know, man. Like, and how the fuck, right? I also kind of want to talk about why the fuck Warzone 2 is all of a sudden Warzone 3. Like, I get it, Modern Warfare 3, but like, how are you gonna tell me that Warzone 1 lasted through Cold War, Vanguard, 2019? I mean, that's out of it. I should have said 2019 first, but they're all the same games. It doesn't matter.
yeah, but it lasted through 3 game cycles. But
And then Warzone 2 just lasted through Modern Warfare 2, and now we have Warzone 3 because Modern Warfare 3 exists. Why am I lagging?
and that's another thing too. Like, people cannot really say that your connection's bad and stuff like that for these games, when in reality it has nothing to do with connection, but it's all about the server integrity. You know, the servers are terrible.
It's because of the fact that they pull away that dedicated integrity. Like, Gears of War 3, like, was dedicated. Like, we'll go back to that, for example. Like, Gears of War 3 was dedicated, but it always technically had host power. But Gears of War 3 was just more balanced with it. It was way more balanced with it. Everything was smooth on Gears 3. Like, honestly, like, I would love to go back to, like, if I could somehow go back to Gears 3 days, but not play in 30 FPS, because I fucking hate 30 FPS. I can't stand it now. If I could, like, somehow play Gears 3 at launch in 60 FPS, bro, I'd shit myself. Dude, imagine experiencing that game for the first time in your life in 60 FPS.
Yeah, like, it would be...
Ugh.
It would be everything a gamer could ever want.
Oh, fucking fantastic, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Literally just update or remaster Gears 3, do it right, upscale the textures, 1440p, 4K resolution, whatever the fuck you want to do, and just make it good. Keep the same movement. I would say tweak the movement slightly, because it actually was a little hard to bounce in Gears 3. I don't want to take that really away. I want it to still be challenging to bounce, but just like make the wall connectivity just a tad bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it would, if they could do a mixture of GAL 3 and GAL Judgment, like that movement system,
yeah.
it would have been perfect. I'm really hoping that, you know, especially coming with the new Call of Duty that's going to be being made by Treyarch.
Fucking Gulf War, dude.
I hope. I really hope.
I don't know. I've seen YouTube shorts that are talking like so much shit up about it, and they're like, "Oh my god, this game could be what Call of Duty is needed." But like, dude, we've been saying that for the last 3 fucking years. I'm done. I'm done. Like, I already said I was done for Modern Warfare 3. Like, I said I wasn't buying it. Fuck, I'm game sharing it. And I'm not playing Modern Warfare 3 because that's another thing. That's another thing I want to get into is optimization. We talked about it earlier with Division 2, and I'll pull up my tweet. Josh, you can look if you'd like.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it on this video too.
I actually need to
Well, while he's looking for that, it's you know, optimization's also a big thing too.
Yeah.
These games are, you know, they're running on almost next-gen graphics.
That's why I don't play Modern Warfare 3 anymore. It's just optimization, because I'm not I'll play Modern Warfare 3 whenever I get it on PC. I'm not gonna fucking play it on console. Like on the Series S, it's terrible. You get into a gunfight, it drops to like 30 FPS. You see an explosion, you drop to like 15 FPS. And that's what brings me to this Division 2 conversation. I was triggered, and I'm not gonna lie, I was already high and I was already faded, so I was already getting fucking pissed. But so, this is the tweet. They announced Oh yeah, we're doing fucking maintenance. Now, I wanna point out, while, like, yes, I probably should have known I was installing this around 3 a.m., okay? But these motherfuckers do maintenance every fucking week for no reason. Like, I swear. It's like, they're like, oh, we're putting the servers down for maintenance. And they even, like, it's right here, they even fucking extended the goddamn maintenance by an hour. And my reply to that was, and yet the shitty PC port will still not be fixed.
Nope.
62 people saw that. And then the first time I replied to them about doing their maintenance, I was like, this is absolutely fucking insane to me. This game doesn't even work 80% of the time on PC and is a massive CPU hog for absolutely no reason, even on the lowest settings. And the fact that every time you do your maintenance, you fail to fix the issues with your shitty PC port. Wow.
That's the thing. You know, Ubisoft is a
That's what I said. That's what I tweeted at them.
Multi-billion-dollar company that could easily fix this stuff if they wanted to, but they're not going to.
Dude, I could easily show on stream right now how fucking bad this game is. Like, I have an i5 6-core, like, yeah, that's definitely not the best, and there's a lot of people out there that probably make fun of my specs. I don't give a fuck, make fun of my specs, bro. It's a computer that works for me, does everything I need it to do. Shut the fuck up. Get your rich ass out of here. Alright, so, fucking, yeah, no, like, I shouldn't have to buy a $2,000 computer to play a game from 2019 that doesn't, like, don't get me wrong, it looks good, but it's not like fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 8K mod. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, just let me play the fucking game. Like, like, I will say, Division 2 is a great game, and that's the thing. Like, I haven't talked positively about Division 2. I've kind of just been saying negative things. The reason why I'm so mad is because I love this game. Division 2 is actually really, really fun to sink time into with your friends. It's super, super fun. I used to spend fucking, like, whole goddamn nights, days with friends playing this game. It was so fun to farm for loot and make your builds and shit. Don't get me wrong, the loot system's fucking atrocious, and they're never gonna fix that either, but it was fun. It genuinely was. Like, me and Josh even played it a couple times. Like, Division 2 is a fun game. The problem is that their console port is better than their fucking PC port. What about all the people that are wanting to play it on PC? Do they really need to buy a console just to play their fucking game smoothly? Like, it's just, I don't know. The game is smooth on PC, but if you just remove the, I don't know. Just, I guess just maybe not make your game run on fucking easy anti-cheat. I bet you that's part of it. You know, that's the same anti-cheat that Fortnite uses. Same one.
Really? A free-to-play game, and they're copying it.
Well, it's not copying. It's more of like they're using the same anti-cheat engine. Fucking easy anti-cheat, bro. It's wild.
Yeah, but it's, you know, why sit here and settle for the less? Like, they have these different things that are being come out with every single day for them to improve upon in a game that, you know, obviously it still has a die-hard fan base. You know, it's not like Ubisoft hasn't been around for the past like 15, 20 years.
This just, they used to be good too. Like EA, Activision, Ubisoft, they all used to be great people. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
They all used to be great. Like, none of them used to be scummy. They all made really fucking good games. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say they weren't completely unscummy. I'm sure they had to make some rash fucking decisions, but every fucking business does. But it's just the fact that they had more human fucking decency back in the day, rather than just I don't know, kind of just like milking these fucking games with this kind of shit right here. All of these fucking bundles.
They have opportunities. They have plenty of opportunities to fix their mistakes, but they don't. You know, it's as simple as listening to the player base and being like, these people obviously want this. Why don't we give it to them?
Oh, that's too hard, bro. Because then they gotta fucking code it, and then they gotta do all that, and you know, we like money, but we don't like money, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like we're asking them to remake the game.
We're just asking you to make some simple fucking tweaks. It's really not that hard.
It's simple. It's so simple.
Well, especially when you have like thousands of fucking devs too. Like literally all you need to do, what's the fucking, I'm gonna bring up a quote from our from one of our boys in the COD community, Blame Truth the COD father. I'm gonna quote him. 3 years, 3,000 devs. That was how long Modern Warfare 2 took to make, and look at how Modern Warfare 2 turned out. Look at that. 3 years, 3,000 devs.
But now it's
fucking wild.
It's terrible.
Bro.
It's terrible. They had such a good opportunity to build upon the game, but they didn't.
I honestly, you know what? Modern Warfare 2 should have been what Modern Warfare 3 already is.
Exactly. I mean, you're telling me it took you 7 months to make this game, everything that was needed.
It just ported over the assets, bro. Like, it's literally. Why do you think it's fucking Warzone 3? They just ported out. They're doing the same exact goddamn. Like, I'm gonna back out right now. You see this fucking menu? This is the exact same goddamn shit they are doing with with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. This is the same exact fucking shit that they're doing. And you know what's the biggest goddamn problem with this? Is because consoles struggle heavily with that shit. You want to know why? Because consoles don't have fucking graphics cards. They only have one thing to process everything. They have a CPU, and then they have the RAM, and then they have the SSD or hard drive, whatever fucking console you choose, Series, PS5, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter what console you choose. Eventually, your console's gonna struggle trying to run all of this shit, because I remember when Modern Warfare 2019 started getting Warzone shit, like Cold War, once they started adding Cold War shit, the game started loading really slow. Assets started, like, not loading in. You would load into games slower, fucking, sometimes you see graphical glitches, like, they never fucking account for that. They think that their engine can just be magically expanded upon without fucking, like, repercussion. Like, take a look at Rockstar. Take a look at GTA, right? GTA is still fucking adding shit to this day. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not any fucking different. Okay? I'm not defending them in the microtransaction aspect. I'm defending them in the aspect that they at least make their game run better every time they add something. That's the thing. GTA has always been optimized.
Exactly, and the game's been the same for
like, yeah, it's a shit game, but it's always been optimized. I don't know, man. It's just, no, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and get fucking penalized for. That's another thing, matchmaking too. You can call me bad all you want. Like, look, I'll show my fucking full balls, bro. I'll show my KD on fucking stream. I don't give a shit. Full balls, 0.99. I'm not the best fucking player. It's actually really goddamn hard to maintain a positive KD in pubs now. You want to know why? It's because skill-based matchmaking exists.
That's how it's always been. Like, back then, it was purely based off of like your skill, but now it's just you have so much broken skill-based matchmaking that you're like a low level. We'll just say like a low level silver in the game, going up against platinum players.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like silver / like gold, and I'm getting like diamonds and masters. People that like know how to camp like they're a fucking. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just I don't know. It's hard to have fun in games now, and it's not even just COD. It's literally every game you play, and I feel like we need to go back. We need an old time revival. You know what I mean? Like we need old gaming times to be revived.
Well, like I mean, they have that opportunity, especially with, like I said, Treyarch coming out with his next game. Treyarch has almost had a perfect track record when it came to video games. The zombies has always been good. Their multiplayer's always been kind of like on a good side. Campaigns have always been phenomenal. Like you can't beat that company with the type of quality they bring.
No, you can't either. And each company before they started kind of fucking everything up, like had their own charm. Treyarch would be like arcadey, the arcadey one. Infinity Ward would kind of be the more tactical, or in this case nowadays campy. And then you got Sledgehammer, which kind of mixes
a little bit of both.
Yeah, Sledgehammer kind of mixes arcadey and fast-paced, but also there's a little bit of camping. To be honest, I kind of prefer. I would say Infinity Ward is number 3, and Sledgehammer. I'm gonna say Sledgehammer is number 1 for me because I loved Advanced Warfare and I was really good at Advanced Warfare. So I'm gonna say Sledgehammer is number 1 for me and Treyarch's number 2. But then again, there's also Vanguard. Again, make fun of me, I don't give a fuck. Vanguard was fast-paced as shit.
Oh, very fast-paced.
That game allowed you to do everything you wanted to do. Everything an ADHD gamer like myself could do, you could do. Everything you wanted to do. I could be as aggressive as I wanted and drop high kill streaks on Chipos, and it would be fun. Like I actually Vanguard was the first nuke I ever hit. Like on besides COD Mobile, but COD Mobile's fucking easy as shit. And I was doing that with mouse and keyboard on COD Mobile.
I mean, even look at it, like, even a lot of the pros from back then were like, they said they enjoyed Vanguard because it's like the movement was so fluid, it felt like they could literally glide around the map.
Oh yeah, dude, it was just slightly tweaked 2019 movement, and it was really, really nice. The slide canceling honestly kind of felt better in Vanguard than it did in 2019. I really liked slide canceling in Vanguard. The only thing I wish Vanguard had was that one setting, single tap to attack sprint. That game doesn't have that setting, and that pisses me off because I have to tap it twice.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just.
But on this game, I can tap it once, and then I'll attack sprint.
Yeah, literally one time. Like, all it takes is a little bit more tweaking of a video game for them to do everything right, but. Nobody's rushing them to make a game.
And they got all these devs, dude. They got all these devs that they can be like, hey, look, I need help with this shit. We're gonna code this, and we're gonna fix it, and we're gonna get it all spiffy for launch, or for the next update, or for the next expansion.
It's that simple. It's that simple. Take your time with what you're doing. but don't overdo it. See, that was another thing, you know, like, these games that have been coming out, they feel so rushed.
They do. It's like all of these developers act for what?
I mean, I don't know.
You know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of when I would play like old PS2 games, like God of War, for example. When they had those behind, like some games back then on PS2 had like features you could go in, like bonus features that would like be
Show you
videos
how the
talking
games
about like
were
how the
made and
games were
stuff like
made.
that.
Yeah, because I remember the God of War one, and I watched that several fucking times because I enjoyed seeing the geometry, seeing the behind the scenes. No one really does that anymore. The behind the scenes shit.
Oh,
No
I
one
know.
does that. No one fucking talks about like the process of, you know, the journey of creating the game or anything. It's kind of just like, hey, game's out, buy our fucking game. Matter of fact, please buy the deluxe edition of the game while you're at it.
That adds absolutely nothing to the game.
Yeah.
It's literally some basic cosmetics. And that's just stupid. Like, I remember back in Black Ops 2, you know, they had like a core, like, they had the season pass. But the season pass was, you know, every 3 months you would get a whole new set of maps, a new weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like,
Season
what
passes used to be cool.
what happened? I mean, even back when Call of Duty Ghosts got released, yes, everybody hated it because of the sliding aspect, but it still had a season pass that literally let you grind for stuff. Like, they introduced a weapon called the Ripper, which you could literally change mid-game from an SMG
to an AR.
Literally, you would have the best of both guns on that gun.
I don't think we've seen that gun return ever, actually. Wait, no, I think it was in Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, I think so, because I think Infinite Warfare ported over a lot of stuff.
I liked that game too. Don't give a fuck. That was a good game.
Infinite Warfare was...
The multiplayer kind of sucked, though.
Infinite Warfare, my favorite thing about it was probably the campaign.
Yes, that game had one of the probably the saddest fucking campaign, to be honest with you. That game had, like, such a solid campaign.
Yeah, it was really sentimental. You got close to people. You know, it felt like you were a part of a group.
I want to play that game's campaign again. Fuck.
But unfortunately, the current gen of gaming will never, I guess, reach out to what it used to be, and I don't know.
That's because nobody wants to communicate, man. Nobody wants to be like, hey, let's go back to these old times. Everybody wants to do new things that people... I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, doing new things is good, but when it's like, when it doesn't fit at all with, you know, what the game represents or what the people would want it to represent or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, most video games are literally just made for us to have fun for. They are literally community projects. It is a project to please other people. It's literally like going to a circus or going to a fair. It's literally there to please you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there to do anything else. It's there to please you. It's there to entertain you. It's there to make you happy. And if you're gonna make said project, you gotta understand the repercussions. You gotta reciprocate entertainment. You can't
just... that's how you really make your money out of it. Like, you know, these companies are worried about the games and, you know, not making enough money. I was like, yeah, you're still making money, but at what cost? You're pretty much holding down the community for your own personal gain. When, you know, back then, yeah, it may have been somewhat the same way, but it was also about giving content to a community for them to enjoy for years to come.
Yep. And now we have fucking, dude, we get roadmaps. We don't get DLCs anymore. We get fucking roadmaps of battle passes, and the battle pass rewards aren't even that good anymore. It's like, hey, here's this battle pass, but also here's this extra battle pass if you want to buy it. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest things they've ever released, especially like the Black Cell stuff that they've released.
Yeah, that's
on,
what I mean. It's just like the Battle Pass 2. It's just like, you want to spend 30 extra bucks? Here you go. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Like, we're out here just trying to, you know, grind and accomplish something. And honestly, there's not really anything to accomplish in Modern Warfare 3. Like, yeah, you got the camo grind. Yeah, you got, you know, the fucking other challenges to do, but I mean,
yeah, that's really it.
It's really not that fun. I see no, I don't even see motivation to level up guns when I go on that game. It's just like, I don't know. I hop on the game, I look at the guns, and I'm like, these guns all look like shit. I know this gun's meta, but it sucks to level it up stock because the time to kill in the game is fucking atrocious. And and along with doing that, I'm gonna get penalized with matchmaking for trying to level up my gun, and I'm gonna run into fucking nade shot and scump and
in almost
you know,
every single game that we play, and it shouldn't have to be like that. Like, I think the biggest thing that, like, I know we keep bringing up Gears of War a lot, but
yes,
Gears of War 3
it's gonna be brought up a lot.
They had quick match and ranked. You know, it was separate.
Yes, it was that simple, bro. It was that fucking simple.
And
it,
like,
it really did feel like that too. It really did feel like you were going in a quick match.
Yeah, like you would hop into your occasional sweat, but I mean, back then being a pub stomper was simple. Like, you could do all that without having to rip your hair out just because you couldn't keep up with a certain person.
And it's just like I know we're supposed to like play against people who are better than us, but like I don't want to fucking do that every fucking game. Like, it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with somebody that studies the goddamn code of the game? And then there's me with ADHD that has empty brain most of the time, that can't even fucking remember what to do in a situation where I should push somebody and I have the advantage. Like,
exactly.
It's like I'm not competent enough to be a pro player. I'm average. I rush in and I do dumb shit. I like to be dumb. I like to be aggressive. I like to be stupid aggressive. I don't like to fucking sit around and do nothing. And that's kind of why I wish Vanguard was more alive. Like, this game, you can do that. The problem is that people camp way too fucking much. There's always something to complain about. it's
yeah, of course.
It's there's never not gonna be something to complain about, you know. Like, even to the people out there who don't get fucking mad at games, it must be really fucking annoying sometimes to run into people that you always have to be on edge to keep up with. Like, even as someone who doesn't get frustrated, like, it must take a toll on your fucking mental. It must be like, goddamn, dude, like, I keep running into these fucking people that are literally my level or above.
And you know, you can't continuously play at 100% every single game. You know, you're eventually going to be like, dude, I just want to hop on and shoot my gun. That's it. That's all you want to do.
I want to shoot a wall.
Like, literally. It shouldn't have to be a sweat fest every single game.
I just want my KD to stay at like what it is right now, 0.99 through like 1.5. I don't like, I want it to be like that kind of range, because at least then it's an average play field. It's not like fucking, it's not like how I used to be with GTA where my KD was a 3.6, or fucking Judgment where my KD was a fucking, actually I got to a 2.10 later on. I fucking loved that game, man. That game was so fucking fun. I loved outplaying people and like parkouring and the grenade tags. Fucking grenades though.
I think really what it was, the reason why Judgment didn't perform as well as it was supposed to, mainly because it was made by, let's see, I guess you would say like a different company.
I think it was made by, I think it had a little bit to do with Black Tusk actually. I know People Can Fly was part of it, but I think before UE, I think Black Tusk actually had a little mini part of Judgment.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, they could have done really well with it.
Coalition. Yeah. If you're wondering why we're saying Black Tusk, that's pre-Coalition, or wait, no, post-Coalition. That's better.
Yeah.
They're the Coalition now, which they don't fucking deserve the name. Sorry for interrupting what you were saying.
No, you're fine. But you know, he makes a good point. You know, they had an opportunity with a game and they poorly executed it. And then you're telling me that if that game fails terribly, you're not going to give them not one chance, but 2 more chances after that, following up with Ultimate Edition, Gears 4, and Gears 5. Dude. Obviously, if you have a lose streak, let them go.
Bro, like, they were like, hey, let's release Gears 1 Remastered. Let's completely fucking scrap Gears 4 until 2016.
Like, literally, like, they could have done it. Like, Microsoft had ownership over them for the longest time. If they see the company's not making any money,
Gears 4 would have been so good. I guarantee it.
Like, they've seen how terrible it was performing. I'm not saying Gears 4 was a bad game, but it's just like, it's Gears. Okay,
it was half
Gears
bad.
UE. Yeah, Gears UE was. I don't even know what.
Bad.
Don't even know what they did with that game. All they did was slap a remaster on it and call it a new game.
It's kind of just like they just, because I mean, the game has the same fucking glitches as the OG does. I don't know if you've noticed, but the game UE has the same movement sluggishness and the same, it's literally like you said, like they took the fucking game and just copy and pasted it on a new engine. It's kind of just like they were like, hey, we're gonna bring all the assets from this game, which is how it should be, but I mean, like, they didn't bother to fix any of the glitches, so that kind of like ruins the point of it being a remaster, I guess. I mean
they did good with the graphics, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
But like, what was the point of you remastering it if it was like you just said, it was going to have the same issues as the previous one? Like, what was the point of it?
The only thing going for it is that multiplayer was better. I mean, it was still shit, but it was better. Because I fucking hate Gears 1 multiplayer. I know it's what started us all, okay? I know I shouldn't ever say that. That's like saying the Lord's name in vain for all the religious people out there. But, like, I fucking hated it. I hate how... but, to be fair, it was probably just me being skill issue, to be honest. Because it was heavy. It was all host-based back then.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because Gears 1 was all delayed. You had to get used to the fucking delay of everything, and I hated that. I hated that there was a delay on everything in that game. But that is how gaming started. You know, that's how online started. Online games were fresh at the time. You know, they were just starting out. They were in their first decade of existence. But you know, now we got online games today that still fucking lag.
But I mean, like I said, there may be hope in the future. Obviously, once gaming gets to a point to where it's just nothing else you can really do, and like your only option is to improve, at that point you have to make a change.
At that point, like, I think I'm just gonna be spending my 2030s just playing like games from 2015.
It's the only thing you can do at that point. If you're not going to put out a better game, we're just going to have to go back to the only good ones that were made in the past.
Yeah, it's the only way we're gonna be entertained. We can't can't entertain ourselves now. We mostly just end up hopping on and swearing and then getting off and then hopping back on again and getting angry again and then yeah, it's an endless fucking cycle. But it can't be broken because we are unfortunately gamers. And if you ever tell us that it's just a game and to stop playing, we're gonna fucking punch you in the nose.
Exactly. Because that's what we do.
Because to us, it's not just a game, man.
It's more than just a game. It's our childhood. It's what we grew up on. It's something that will never be taken away. We're always gonna find a way to enjoy it. But for me, it's kind of
people enjoy it while like sometimes raging is a way to show that you enjoy it. It's passion.
Yeah, because you're not really raging at the game because it's irritating. You're raging because it's like, oh, like I could just do better the next time I respawn. We think this would be a good stopping point for the stream and stuff like that, and you know, our first ever podcast. I feel like we definitely got a lot of our ideas across from everybody, and you know, it was definitely very relaxing to sit down and talk about the state of things, and you know, hear from your input and my input and stuff like that.
Dude, I had more fun staring at my character doing the same fucking loop and talking than talking and playing, because those people were playing like fucking pricks.
That's how they are.
Dude, they were fucking claymoring and camping in corners the entire time.
Oh, I know. But I just want to thank everybody for you know, giving this a listen for the first time, and you know, just leave a review on it. This will be the very first thing going up on my new channel. But me and Fox here will be managing it on a daily basis. We haven't really worked out.
It's a work in progress.
How often we're gonna upload stuff and you know, things like that. But if you guys have anything y'all want to suggest as far as like to talk about, yeah, we'll get to that point. But I just want to thank everybody for stopping by, you know, really checking it out, and you know, just leave a review and let us know how we did.
And like and share around.